friends. Happy Saturday. Sorry I'm running behind. I was in the grocery store and I didn't realize what time it was. And then I got back to my car and it was like 10 to 2 and I was like, oh God, I wanted to go live at 2. So sorry for a little bit of a delay, but we're here. We're happy. It's Saturday. It is very warm. I am very warm. Maybe that's just because I've been running around. Who knows? But hello. How is everybody doing? Hello, Phoebe. Welcome to the stream. What are you guys going to all be working on today? I think I'm going to share this on the social medias. And just so I can get more people to see, hey, hi, hello, we're live, you know, because why not? Copy link. Okay. Twitter. For some writing sprints and boom. Come on. Paste. Share. Nice. Awesome. Now. I'm very warm today. It's very warm. Also, I do apologize if you can hear my air kick on at any point. It's off right now, but if you can hear it kick on, I do apologize for that. Let me share this link on Instagram. Join here. We are live. We're live. Join here. Nice. Awesome. Okay. Yes. Phoebe is going to be reading. Come on. There we go. The Tropic of Serpents and Lord of the Rings. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, you are. How are you enjoying Tropic of Serpents? I enjoyed it. I don't know if I enjoyed it as much as the first one, because I really liked having her husband in the picture in the first one. You know, Phoebe. Like having that as like meeting him in the beginning and all that kind of stuff. I liked that plot line. But I do like the atmosphere and the setting of the second one a little more. Because it's like swampy, which is fun, which is always fun. I find it really funny though that it's like essentially it's like a twisted, like all these British people in this world going into all these like exotic places to study these animals, and they complain about the weather in both places. It's very good. It's very on brand. It's very on brand. Yes, I think it's finally hitting summery spring weather here because we had snow in the beginning of this month. And it was like barely getting over like 15, 16 degrees, which is nice, but it was very gloomy at the same time. So it wasn't like nice. And then we've had a few 20, 21 days, but now like we've had 2 days of 23, 24. So we're getting there. We're getting there. We are getting there. But I don't like the heat. So like this is as hot as I want it to be because I'm sweating and I don't want to be sweating. I'm also like, it's got to be hotter than 70 degrees in my place. My aircon is in Fahrenheit for some reason. There's got to be hotter than 70 degrees in here, but my aircon's like not on right now. Maybe I'm just losing it. Who knows? But I'm warm. I've got my like blinds closed. I'm warm today, but we love that heat. That's good. I'm glad you're liking it. I do miss Jacob, but I do really enjoy the dynamic between the three main characters, like the three characters, the three British characters, I guess you could call it. They're not actually British. They're from like a fictional Britain kind of Skierland, I think they're called. I'm not sure. But I like their dynamic. The girl that she takes on as her like mentor kind of person who in my head is Ace and Arrow, which we love. Arrow Ace. Because she's very much against, she doesn't want a relationship with people. She just wants to do what she wants. Like she's not interested in romance at all. And then I really like the guy that she's with. I think he's like her chaperone on this quest or whatever. I like him too. He's pretty good. Anyways, today I'm going to be working on, I'm not sure. I have a very stupid idea wherein I write a book in June. Just a book in June. I really want to draft Project Second Story. So I'm like, okay, if I do a challenge where I try draft a book in June, how many thousands of words do I need to write every day? Because I'm not going to do like a NaNoWriMo style, because my drafts always end up being more than 50K no matter what. So in my head, I'm like 70K question mark. So I have a really stupid, probably self-destructive idea to write 2,400 words roughly every day in June so that I can write this novel in June. So to do that, I need to like plan it out. And I might do that today, or I might continue working on Project Dragon. Who knows what inspiration will strike? Alas, we're going to do some D20 sprints. Let me grab my D20s. I think today we're going to work with Ari's dice, because Ari is the character of that book. Oh, these are my DM dice. Oh. I forgot about that. I forgot that I had these dice in here. Are these Ari's dice? Why do they seem so not Ari's dice? That's so funny. What? What happened to my giant D20? I'm losing my mind. It's fine. I have three D20s that I'm going to be rolling, but jeez. Okay. Yes, my aircon just turned on, if you can hear it. I'm not sure if you guys can or not, because every time I have like a work call, I apologize for it, and they're like, we can't hear your air. So if you can hear it, I'm very sorry. Okay. Oh, Ari has less dice because I use hike dice for Dippy now. That's why. Anyways, okay. Alrighty. Ooh, I rolled a nat 1 and a 10 and a 5. So for our warm-up sprint, we're going to do 16 minutes. We're going to do some 16-minute warm-up sprinting. They really do give off Victorian British vibes. Yes, that's my plan. I think I'm going to queue up our... I need to actually... Our timer. And we're going to do 16-minute sprint. What am I going to do for sprint? And we are going to make this full screen so that it shows up better. But my friends, enjoy. I will see you in 16 minutes. So, sprint. All right, friends, that is the end of the first sprint. How do we feel? How are we doing? I've dipped into Project's second story, and I realized that I have like the beginning pretty planned out, but like the middle is just literally one paragraph of me going, they clean. Or like, time passes and this happens. So I gotta actually like break this down scene by scene so it'll make it easier for myself to actually write this. If I want to do that challenge that I was saying earlier, but alas, we shall see. But yeah, got some planning done. Didn't really get any words down, but got planning done because I have like my original plan for this story is all written in this book. And I remembered halfway through typing it out again that I've already typed it out. So I ended up just going in and copy pasting it into specific, like kind of, in Scrivener, they have the storyboard type of thing for each scene that you have. You can do like a storyboard note card. I've been doing that and breaking it up that way because it works for me for Project Dragon. So I was like, I should probably do this in Project Second Story. That seems like a good time, which is what I'm going to keep doing probably in the next sprint. So very fun. Very fun. But I'm also listening to NADPod, which is not another D&D podcast, because apparently I'm just podcast jumping recently. It was Pod and Prejudice, and then it was Potterless, and now it's NADPod, which is very exciting. Hello, Amy. Welcome to the stream. Ooh, finish through your reading of Draft 1. Very exciting. Very exciting. That's very, so fun. Phoebe just got to the Prancing Pony chapter. Oh my God. Have you watched the movies? Like, do you know what happens in the books or in the story? Or are you like completely blind to Lord of the Rings stuff? Because that's exciting. I don't know anybody who actually is. I think I was when I went in because I had never even entertained the idea of reading Lord of the Rings until my friend was like, you need to read them. So I was like, all right. Now I love them. I actually had, from when I was small, i.e. like late middle school age, I found this bind up of all of Tolkien's Lord of the Rings at the thrift store, and I performed surgery on it, which is why it's like shiny with tape to like hold it together. And I can tell that it's from like upper middle grade age range for myself because I wrote my name really, really cleanly in it. But it doesn't have the cross across the J because I stopped doing that at some point. I don't know. Oh yes, this is also the time when I started writing it in cursive. So anyways, this is my bind up of Lord of the Rings. I haven't read this. This is all 3 novels, which is wild to me because I have the other 3. Like I have the 3 novels in individual novel form. So the fact that this is the same to me is wild. Is wild. But I love it. And you can tell that I've read it. That's the Fellowship, yeah. For a second I thought it was 2 Towers, but no, it's split between book 1 and book 2 in each of, because there's like 7 books in Lord of the Rings. The way that J.R.R. Tolkien originally wrote it. But yeah, I feel like I should one day like carve my way through this bind up and like annotate it and fun because it's like really fluffy. It's very good. Ton of planning. Ooh. That's really exciting. That's very exciting. Woo. So fun. Let me watch the movie. Ah, very cool, Phoebe. Well, the Prancing Pony scene is impeccable. You do also meet one of the best characters in the Prancing Pony. So enjoy. Oh, that's so exciting. There's so many copies of Lord of the Rings. It's ridiculous. There is a beautiful set that I really, really, really want. And it's it's a hardcover, beautiful bound, like with Adam Lee art on the dust jackets. They are gorgeous and I really want them, but I don't have room for them on my shelves. So like when I get a house in like 10 years and I'll like make myself a library, then I will get it. But for now, I will be good enough with my bind up and my 3 individual copies that I have. Oh my god, I have such a story about these 3 copies too, because these are the covers that I love the most out of all of the Lord of the Rings copies, because they are, you know, gorgeous. They are gorgeous. Adam Lee? I keep saying Adam Lee. No. This is front cover illustration by John Howe. I was wrong. This is not the Adam Lee art. But it's beautiful. And I had found the first one and the third one at the thrift store. And it took me like, I'm not even kidding you, 6 months of scouring thrift stores, of going to book sales. But this was before the pandemic when we had like book sales. Now there's none because, book sales are, the one that we have in my city is like, when it's on, like people are packed in there like cattle because everyone loves it. There's so many books, but it took me like 6 months to be able to find the 2 towers. But I did, and I love them. They're so beautiful. And I have the Hobbit to match, which is very exciting. I love when things match. Like, this is so satisfying to me. Anyways, I'm rambling now. I do apologize. Now they're out of order. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. I also have this copy of The Hobbit because it's beautiful. Anyways, rambling about the Lord of the Rings. I need to reread them. It's hardback. Ooh, is it like one of those like nice? You answer it right here. My copy is a film tie-in edition published by HarperCollins. I don't think I've ever seen that, a hardcover film tie-in version, because like the compilations like this, like the omnibuses, that's what they're called, that I've seen around now, they're very expensive because they're like beautiful, those beautiful ones that you can get with like the fun stenciled edges and everything. But it's got a see-through jacket, and oh my god, that's so fun. I love that. Whew. Anyways, ranting about Tolkien is very fun. Or I guess not ranting, raving about him. Please go back in to your spot on my shelf. Just annoy my neighbors for a hot second. It's fine. Anyways, all right. I think I'm ready for a second sprint. What about you guys? Second sprint. Woohoo! I critted. All right, amazing. So we can either do a 22-minute sprint or a 33-minute sprint. What would you guys like to do? 22 or 33? I rolled a nat 20, a 2, and an 11. So which one would you guys prefer to do? This was the wrong time to take a bite of pretzel. Phoebe says 22 minutes. All right. Amy, do you have a vote? I know you're here. I'm good with either. I think I'm going to get lunch during the sprint because it is 10 to 3, and I haven't actually eaten anything substantial today except for toast and some pretzels and hummus. So I'll get a little bit of 22 is fine. All righty, let's do it. 22 minutes. Let me cue it up. 22 minutes. I like it when you guys agree. Then we get this second sprint banner going, and I'll see you in 22 minutes. In 3, 2, 1, sprint. Okay. End of that sprint. It came up on me real fast. But I did eat lunch, a little bit of lunch, which is good. How are we doing? How are we feeling? How are we doing? How are we feeling after that one? I continue to do some planning, which is good. I think I've got, I don't know how many scenes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 scenes, 8 sort of scenes right now. And then like kind of a loose open ending roughly, which is interesting. I do have a couple scenes that are like going to be branching into, I have like a couple blocks of text that are going to be probably like full arcs in this, like a good couple chapter scene situations. But other than that, I'm excited to be in this and to like be planning like step by step what's going to happen kind of a thing. It's very cozy fantasy, Legends and Lattes vibe. And I'm very excited to get this drafted and start working on it because I do want to have this second story series. It's like a potential self-publishing thing. So that'll be exciting to explore as I get into it. I'm going to write the first draft before I actually start thinking about researching all the, self-pub stuff, but it's exciting either way. It's exciting either way. See. But anyways, hello, Craig. Welcome to the stream. Phoebe has now been introduced to Strider. Yes. Do you know who Strider actually is? Because that's also very exciting. I remember meeting Strider and being like, who the hell is this? Oh, God. I remember when Strider was Strider and like first introduced. Oh, boy, was it fun. Anyways, how did you guys do that sprint? What did you guys get done? Oh, it's my other fan making whistly noises. I was like, what is that? Music? Question mark? But yeah, I don't really have anything to chat with you guys about right now because brain is empty. Brain is empty. He seems like a cool guy. He is the definition of a cool guy. He's just in the corner with his hood up, like inspecting out of the corner of his eye. Oh, good old Strider. 2 more chapters to read and then you're done. Oh my gosh. Amy, have you been taking notes as alongside your reading to like edit or like for things that you want to change and stuff? Because that's always the thing. Like whenever I print out manuscripts, depends on what stage I'm in, but it's more of a like, if I'm in the manuscript printing stage, usually I don't print a lot of manuscripts because of paper. But I do that. And then I like make notes as I'm reading for like big story stuff. But then there's also the stage of like, I'm doing line edits in the manuscript, which is always very fun because I don't catch a lot of stuff with my eyes on my computer screen. I do physically. So I like to change up the way that I'm reading things. Anyways, I'm rambling now. Hello, Autumn. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Oh, that's my mouse just malfunctioned. Anyways, yeah. It's a good day. It's a good day. Already 3:16. My goodness gracious. I'm gonna roll for the next sprint. Oh, we got another nat 20. Oh, what a good day. All right. So we can either do a 26-minute sprint or a 36-minute sprint. Yeah, I do this. And sometimes I actually read out loud to myself in like a slightly different accent because I don't like reading out loud in my voice. I like doing it in like a British accent or whatever accent comes to me because it's more fun. So I do that, and then that's how I catch phrasing issues or like weird sentences. Because like reading things out loud is such a good way to check flow for stuff. But yeah. Maybe Strider's going through an emo phase. You're so right, though. That's the thing. Oh my god. Oh my god. Incredible. I love the fact that you're going into this almost blind and you like don't know the trajectory of shit. That's so funny to me. Oh, Phoebe, I hope you love this book. I will say, I think the second book is my favorite, The Two Towers, which is so funny because like the way that it's built, this is not really a spoiler. Is it a spoiler? I'll keep it as spoiler free. I will keep it as spoiler free as I can. But the second book is built in like in the same way that the first book is. Like it's the Fellowship of the Ring is 2 books in one, right? That's how George J.R.R. Tolkien wrote it. I don't know his first name. That's how Tolkien wrote it. It's like 2 books in one. The second book is like that as well. It's like book 3 and 4. Two Towers is book 3 and 4. And the first, and they follow like these events happen, and then you get to this one and it backs all the way up and it follows these events from a different character. So it's like you get the same timeline like twice, but you get it from 2 different situations and POVs, which is fun. But I really like Two Towers. I really like the Two Towers. Which is weird because usually I do not like second books in series. Usually they kind of fail for me, but Tolkien, man, he just knows. He just knows. I like that we're talking about Tolkien so much during this stream. It's making my heart happy. But yes, anyways, diving into our third sprint of today, we can either have a 26-minute sprint or a 36-minute sprint. What would you guys like to do more than the other? Feel free to vote in the comments. Yeah, it is kind of interesting. I think it's because Tolkien originally pitched it as I can't remember if he pitched it as like an individual like 7-book series, and then his publisher was like, nah, we gotta do it a little different. I can't remember the exact nuances of what happened, but like you can actually see if you go halfway through Fellowship, for example, it has like book 2, many meetings, halfway through, almost literally halfway through, which is fun, which is why I did 2 different color tabbies when I used to tab things. Yeah, Two Towers is fun. And then I remember reading The Return of the King and being really surprised because like the size of Return of the King is so much bigger than the other 2, but the actual book is so much shorter than the other 2 because it has so much back material. Like this is where the book ends, and then there's this of like appendices and back material from Tolkien. So like she's little, but Return of the King. I remember reading that, and then I was vlogging at the time, I think, and getting to the end and like waiting like a half hour because I was full body sobbing, and I got to the end and I like was okay, and then I picked up my vlog camera to film a clip and I just lost it again as soon as I started talking about Lord of the Rings. Oh, those books are so good. But it's also the reason that I have never seen the third movie because I don't think I could put myself through that visual experience. I don't think I could. The first 2 are good enough for me, which is like blasphemy to my friend because my friend is a Lord of the Rings fan who insists that the movies have to be watched with the extended cut, like the director's extended cut, which makes every movie like 3 hours, which I don't think I've ever seen the extended cut, but all right, we got 1 vote for 26. Does anyone else have a vote? It's either 26 minutes or 36 minutes, or we can do 30. We can either do 26, 30, or 36 minutes. I'll add in 30 minutes as an option because just combine two of the different d20s. Because I rolled a nat 20, a 6, and a 10. So those are our time options. We can go with 26 minutes, we can go with 30 minutes, or 36 minutes. It's up to y'all. I think I'm going to put my hummus away. I'll let you guys vote. Give me a second. I also went book shopping today. And I got 3 books because I have no self-control. But I got Among Thieves by M.J. Kuhn, which I'm very excited about because it's like a heist novel. And then I have 2 queer romances, which I'm so excited about. I got Delilah Green, Doesn't Care, and A Lady for a Duke. Very excited about those. Spend too much money. Amy votes for 30. We need someone else to vote as well. So it's 26 minutes, 30 minutes, or 36. That's what the D20s told us. Those spicy D20s. Let me set up the timer. Phoebe also says 30 is good. All right, so we're going to do 30 minutes. We're going to do 30 minutes for our third sprint. How fitting. How fitting. All righty. Let me get this set up here. Are we ready to go, my friends? All right, let's start our third sprint of the day in 3, 2, 1. right, friends. That's the end of our third sprint. How are we feeling? We are now an hour and about 40 minutes into the stream. How are we doing? I have so many scenes planned. I'm getting there. I'm like massaging the bits, and I'm so excited about this. I'm like getting more and more and more excited to write this, which is good because I want to like accumulate that energy of pure excitement to like dive in June 1st and just crack out this entire novel in a month. If you missed my announcement at the beginning of this stream, I'm going to be doing a really stupid thing in June, trying to write an entire like 70,000 word novel in a month. Writing every day kind of a thing. It's an attempt for me to get this draft down. It's also an attempt for me to refine a love of writing. It probably will totally wreck me, but I'm very excited about it because I haven't written like every day in so long. It's been like 6 months or more. Because I didn't participate in NaNoWriMo. I didn't because I was moving, and the end of the year I had no steam left. So I'm very excited. June is going to be my NaNoWriMo, except I'm going to be doing 70,000 words instead of 50,000 because I'm insane. Still have a chapter to go. Well, we got one more sprint to go, so hopefully you can carve it out, Amy, and get it all done. But your husband surprised you with coffee. Incredible. We love to see it. We love to see it. I believe in you. You're going to get through all that work. It's going to be good. Autumn's listening to Brendan Sanderson lectures. Yes, I did. I listened to his world building ones. God, it was last year, I think. Was it last year or earlier than that? I don't know. It was during the pandemic for sure. And I did a video of like world building exploration kind of a thing. And I really enjoy the way that he speaks and teaches. It's so cool. I need to actually look at his other ones. I don't know. I don't remember if I've done all of his classes, but I've done a few of them, especially on like character work and stuff like that. I've done those as well. So Brando Sando, what a guy. What a guy. He just knows so much. Agreed. Agreed. Strader is a friend of Gandalf's. Gandalf is a friend to everybody. We love Gandalf the Grey. Ah, the Black Riders. Terrifying. Change my outline process. It's Brando Sando. Yeah, I've thought about adopting Brandon's outlining process. I would have to go back and like study it a little bit more. But my usual practice is the Save the Cat method. Speaking of, I don't know what I did with my Save the Cat book. Oh, it's in my office supplies. I'm fine. I just remembered that I moved and I don't remember what I did with it. I usually do the Save the Cat method where I like break it down beat by beat. But as I was getting ready to plot out Project Dragon, I had so many different POVs. I have 3 main ones that I was like, I don't want to do a beat sheet for each point of view. That seems like a lot of really technical work that I don't really want to do. I want to have more of a flow to these things. And then my lovely friend and one of my favorite authors, Hannah Long, posted on her Instagram her like outlining method that she does in Scrivener. And it's essentially like she breaks it into 3 acts. And then in each act, she has between 11 and 15 cue cards. And each one of those cue cards becomes a moment that she wants to do. And whether or not those moments end up being more than 1 chapter long, that's kind of how she structures it, so that there's like 11 to 15 beats or story moments in each part so that they are balanced. And she says that it depends on how long she wants the story to be. And she's like, I love the way that she writes stories. They are so fluid and so nice. So I was like, I'm going to try that. And so I did that with Project Dragon, and I've brainstormed so many scenes and stuff like that, that's kind of how I'm doing it. So with Project Second Story, which is what I'm doing right now, I have just a ton of cue cards. I have so many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's so many in Scrivener that I've been writing all the stuff in, you know? as we're going, like scene by scene by scene, and I keep adding cue cards at a moment, and then once I'm done, I will separate them into their parts of the story. I don't really know if that'll even work, or if I'll just leave them as is and write it that way. But yeah, it's so interesting to hear all of like different authors, different writing methods and stuff like that. So I am a full-on plotter. I need to know what my ending is going to be before I can even start writing. And then Hannah, H.M. Long, she's such a pantser that she just lets the story take her. But because she's in traditional publishing, they need, like, traditional publishing, you need a synopsis to do stuff, right? So she has like a general synopsis and a general idea of what she wants to have happen in her stories, because she has to be able to pitch it to publishing and her agent, right? So so that's how her writing life has changed. It's very cool. I am very intrigued by everybody's different like writing styles and stuff. I've also really enjoyed in the past the Katie Tastic 3-act 9/3/9/27. There's like she's got a thing where she's like, many years ago, she did a like 3-act story structure breakdown and then a brainstorm and all that kind of stuff. It was really cool to watch. But yeah, also Brando Sando, very, very cool. I enjoy his stuff, and I like his insights to crafting a story that's interesting and like makes sense and doesn't fall into like the pitfalls. But then he sits there and is like, listen, this is what I think. Don't actually follow what I think unless it works for you. And I'm like, oh, Brando, you're so good at this. Save the Cat is good. It like was my writing Bible for a long time. And I think still will be, because I really enjoy having those like key moments in a story. But reading Save the Cat has ruined me for reading books now, because now it is so rare for things to surprise me in books, because I know plot-wise and like percentage-wise where things will fall. So I know that we have like this inciting incident and then all the stuff that happens after. And then I know like halfway through the book, we're going to have a huge turning point again. And then I know again the darkest moment. And then there's always going to be like a betrayal, or like the finale is going to like something's going to get turned on its head. So I know all of the beats now, and I can see it in stories. It's really interesting when stories don't follow that, though, because then I'm surprised. But it's very rare that they don't follow some kind of formula that Save the Cat dictates. But yeah. I think there's something to say about almost doing like a summary for yourself as a method of plotting as well, just to like tell yourself the story before you actually go in scene by scene and like figure out the story. That's what I did with this book, because where did my little note here? I got the idea and I was like, let me see what happens. And I just wrote it, and it's like 6-7 pages long in here. I just had to get it out, and I knew exactly what was going to happen. I knew the trajectory of it. I knew the conflict immediately as I was writing it out. So sometimes stories surprise me. And this was one of the ones that did, which is very cool. But I'm intrigued now that I've written that, now that I'm going in scene by scene and like trying to like flesh out direction of the story and things that'll happen and like little scenes and stuff like that. Trying to also remember what Legends and Lattes did, because this is a soft fantasy book that I'm emulating after Legends and Lattes, which is very fun and spicy. Anyways, we've been rambling now for a couple minutes. Let's roll for our last sprint of the day. Woo! All right, so we can either do 26 minutes or we can go for the full whole hog and do 33 minutes. 26 or 33 minutes to finish us out for this stream. 26 or 33. At 26 seems to be popping up a lot, but 26 or 33 minutes, what would you guys prefer to do? I'll get everything lined up and ready to go. All right, Phoebe, enjoy. I hope you are a big Tolkien fan. I hope you are, and I hope you really enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Bye-bye. Thank you for joining. Probably need that 33. All right, we got one vote for 33. Anyone else want to weigh in? I'm down for 33 minutes. I gotta keep trucking away at my planning here and like get all my scene stuff down. And then I think after the stream is done, I'm gonna start which is very fun. I'm gonna actually start like filling out the world. I do have a few people that I've like thought of, which is very fun. Also because I'm like thinking of like sequels, because this is going to be a story of like standalone novels, but each one is going to be like connected because it's going to be on the same like street. You know how people in romance books do it, like, you know, Bridgerton. It's romances for all the people in the family, right? I'm going to be doing that, but like a story for each of the people in this section of town. The first one is just going to be focused on Ari and Finn. It sounded like someone was right outside my door. Please don't let there be anyone there. I'm not expecting anybody. Anyways. So yeah, I have like a jot note list of like the musician. There's gonna be a story for the musician. There's gonna be a story for a quote unquote art collector that comes into town who is also possibly a fence or a thief. Very exciting. I have a story between the innkeeper and the lighthouse keeper that is going to be fun. There's going to be a family above the grocer. There is a magic shop as well, and there's a pub. And then the other day, I remember sitting here and thinking, like, oh, like I was listening to Potterless at the time, and they were musing on Potterless about like what Harry should have done at the end of the book series. And in my head, Harry Potter is a teacher. So like there's no way that he became a wizard cop. Absolutely not. So in my head, I was like, what if I wrote a Harry Potter stand-in character to my world where he is a professor at like the local school, and they've like come in for a vacation time essentially, and he's got a whole family. So I have them as well. So I have like all of these people that I need to actually like think about and like set into the town. I also have a person that I need to fill out who is a like designer essentially, fantasy furniture designer. Anyways, I'm rambling now. Are we set for 33 minutes? I think Amy chose it. We're gonna go with 33 minutes. Make this last stream a long one and a strong one. All right, my friends. Let's get into it. In 3, 2, 1, sprint. All right, my friends. I realized I was muted. Hello. We're back. And we are, I don't know. How are we feeling? I think I've got most of what I want down. I'm still like tweaking with it and like filling stuff out, which is fun. But I got so many scenes. And I'm realizing that I might have to split like the beginning up into more scenes. But as of right now, I'm looking at a pretty decent spread of what's going to happen in this story. Very fun. Very fun. Oh, but this stream was so productive. I'm glad that I got this like started at least. But how are you guys feeling at the end of this lovely stream? Thank you for hanging out with me for 2.5 hours. Oh my gosh, Amy has like 6 pages left. Well, hopefully you can power through them now, like once the stream ends. Oh my goodness, 6 pages! You're so close. And then begins the editing. But yes, I also agree with you on this comment about Harry. He, like, the idea of him being a wizard cop was a like 14-year-old boy's dream when he was still in school. Like, oh yeah, I want that adventure. It sounds so cool. But after all this shit that he goes through, there's no way. There's absolutely no way that he would be a wizard cop. No. But yeah, definitely. Anyways, my friends, I think I'm going to leave it here. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your Saturdays. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. It's been lovely. It's been super productive. I'm very happy with where Project Second Story is going. I'm so excited to get this started and like actually start writing it now. But it's just, it's so good. It's so good. Yes, right? Like, I don't know. Harry, he talks about being an Auror in book 4, right? That's when he finds out like what wizard cops are, essentially. He's like, oh, that'd be cool. It's like, oh, an adventure. And Ron's the same, right? Both of them are both like, oh my god, adventure. And then in book 5, he kind of sticks to that because he doesn't really know anything else that he could do. And yet in book 5, he becomes like the best teacher and he thrives at it. He's so good at it. And then I don't know. There's no way. Through the trauma that he goes through at the end of book 4, through book 5, after being like tortured by a ministry official, all the stuff that he goes through in book 6, and then finally the chasing and actually like living the life of what an Auror would be in book 7. There's no way that he would pick being an Auror. So that is why I have a Harry character in my world eventually that is going to be a professor, because that's what he deserves. Anyways, that's my headcanon and my rant for the day. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your Saturdays and the rest of your weekends and the rest of May as we're coming to the end of it. I hope to see you guys next weekend here, same time, same place, roughly. But thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you then. Bye.